Intentional lack of cooperation. This is what you're dealing with, guys. It's an intentional lack of cooperation. What's happening is in most situations, most relationship, guys, whether it be a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, or it could be a situation where you're dealing with family, you're dealing with friends. What you need to understand is that most of us get frustrated. We get upset. We get angry at a person who we're trying to care for. We may love them. We may be in some kind of union with that person. Maybe you have to work with that person. Maybe you have to live with that person. Many different reasons why you are yoked to this person. And in that, you're trying to figure out how you can work together where both of you guys can get a positive outcome. Yet, what many of us fail to calculate or consider is intentional lack of cooperation. Not just I'm not cooperating with you, we're not on the same page. No, I'm intentionally not going to cooperate with you. I'm going to intentionally do things that annoy you. I'm going to intentionally not do things that you have asked of me, regardless of how reasonable or how unreasonable it is. I'm not going to do it intentionally, because if I do it, then that means I'm cooperating with you. I don't want to cooperate with you. I'm going to find every moment that I can to disagree with you, or to gaslight you, or to show you my disdain for something that you're speaking about or that you're concerned about. I'm going to gray rock you. I'm going to use silent treatment when you try to hold me accountable for the things that I'm intentionally, I already know what you're complaining about. I'm intentionally doing it. So I know you're going to complain. So why would I have a dialogue with you about it? This is where you get the silent treatment, guys. They want to be quiet. They don't want to talk. Because in talking, that means, well, we're trying to get through it. We're trying to fix the problem so that we're on the same page. I don't want to fix the problem. I want the problem to get worse. I'm intentionally not cooperating with you. You just don't know it. You're thinking that we still got whatever it was, whatever you thought it was, whatever, you're thinking we're still in this relationship, or we're still on the same team, and we're not. You're frustrated because I'm doing things to frustrate you. And it could be for many different reasons. I just don't want to be in this situation with you anymore. But what I find interesting about these type of individuals, they'll never say that. They'll never just say, hey, you know what, this ain't working out. Let's just do this or do that. They'll never do that. This is how they operate. When you try to speak to them, you try to bring something to their attention, in one ear, out the other. So I'm sharing that with you guys because I want you guys to know that there's a remedy to these type of situations. And the first thing you need is knowledge. You need to understand what's going on. Because you may be caring too much about something to the point where they're manipulating you in that area. And I'm not saying this is easy stuff, guys, because when you work with somebody, you live with somebody, you just can't separate from them. Like people try to take, oh, just go, just do this and do that. No, it's not that simple all the time. I'm talking about if you actually have to deal with this kind of person. First thing you need to know is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a person who's practicing intentional lack of cooperation on you. So now you start to think and you start to rewind the tapes and you start to look and you say, wow, I see it now. They really are not trying to cooperate with me, because there were so many other instances that I tried to get through to this person and I just was left drained. That's the key. That's one of the keys, guys. You will feel drained because you are trying to help someone or you're trying to make a situation work and nothing you're doing is working. So you get drained. You tried everything. That's how you get drained. You tried to say everything. You tried to, set up some boundaries. You tried to speak to the person. You tried to not speak to the person. I'm gonna give this person some quiet time so they can figure out that I'm not playing. I'm serious, and that their actions is affecting me. None of that is going to work. This person has made it up in their mind they do not want to cooperate with you. What do? You have to realize, people, in a situation like that, and you just can't run away from the person, the best thing you can do is understand what the situation is. And then once you understand what the situation is, you don't just rush and hurry up and make an outlandish decision. No. You no longer function the same way you've been functioning. You stop trying to get this person to cooperate. Their cooperation is no longer needed, wanted. They can take their cooperation and stick it in the trash can. Because you were under the assumption that the lack of cooperation came through mishaps, misunderstandings, lack of communication. Those type of things are all understandable. These are the type of things that healthy people who mean well, we can get through that. Oh, I didn't even realize that was the case. That's all that was. My bad. We can get through that. I'm sorry. I won't do that no more. I can curb that behavior if that bothers you that much. That ain't no big deal. I didn't even know it was bothering you like that. That's how normal people can handle things. But when you're dealing with somebody who just don't want to cooperate with you, one of the hardest things you have to accept, they may just not want to be with you. And that's how they lash out. They're doing stuff to try to sabotage the relationship. Tell them, hey, you ain't got to do all of that. Just let it be known and go, and we can peacefully part ways. But then again, that would be cooperating again. Okay? So my solution, guys, to this, and I'm still, if you guys have some solutions, if you guys have experience dealing with somebody like this and you have some advice, leave it in the comments. But my advice would be to just stop cooperating. Stop looking for avenues to cooperate. Gain your independence again. Gain your understanding of who you are, first and foremost, before this person even came into the picture. Or regardless of how long they've been in the picture. Remind yourself who you are, what you bring to the table. And guess what? You don't have to be negative about this. You don't have to be vile, but you don't have to cooperate with them either. They don't want to cooperate. They want to cause confusion. They don't want to meet and compromise. It's all about them. They don't care. That's another sign. They act as if it doesn't even matter. They don't care. Oh, you don't care? No problem. That's when you learn to take a step back, reevaluate a situation before it gets too bad, before you dig yourself in a hole that you can't get out of. And let me tell you what that means when you stick yourself in a hole that you can't get out of. You know what that means? That means you've already, now this is the part where you got to stop. This is where you cooperating a little too much. You have sacrificed too much of your time, energy. This is how you know you're in the hole. You have sacrificed your time, your energy, your resources, your knowledge, everything that you brought to the table is an expense to you. Then you look at what that other person brought to the table. And it dawns on you, it ain't been no equal exchanges. So you have to take a step back for a moment. Because if you continue to help this person, push this person, bless this person with your knowledge, your resource, your information, all these different things, and you cooperating with them, but they're not doing the same for you. What that means is you're investing while they're taking. You're sowing seeds into the relationship. They just picking the fruit and eating. And they have, and if you allow them to do that for so long, they walk away with a full belly. And they usually don't leave till they pick every fruit off that branch first. Then they leave. And then you look at them and say, wow, you just gonna leave me with nothing? You're not even gonna help me plant some more? Absolutely not. This is when they make their exit plan. So before you get into that hole with somebody like this, guys, pay attention. See if they're cooperating with you. And if you're getting a consistent level of lack of cooperation, take heed to what I'm telling you. Love.